Active Investor here, bringing you another independent analysis. This time we're taking a look at ticker symbol GALE. That's Galena Biopharma Incorporated. The chart we're looking at today is a 30-minute chart. Each candlestick on this chart representing 30 minutes of trading. So we go back all the way to June 1st, not too far back. But I took a look at the historical data for this stock, and the more I was going back, the more and more it was looking interesting to me. So this stock actually looks really, really interesting to me. Shout out to Archimagination 2002 for giving me this ticker request, because GALE wasn't really on my radar, I gotta admit, but now it definitely is. Why am I saying that? Well, there's huge potential for this thing to run. The pivot points we're looking at, of course, pivot points being these lines, where we have only 3 lines on this chart, but I included all the pivot points that I could find really up here. So take a look at that. On the way up, we're going to hit resistance at $2.18. So we push up and hit resistance at $2.18. If we can break above 218, we can get all the way to $2.50. If 250 cents breaks to the upside, we can get to 325. 325 breaks to the upside, 433, 540, 603, 680, 725, 748. Now I'm not saying we're going to get, to these levels anytime soon, but the point I'm trying to make is that at every single area of resistance that we're going to hit, we pretty much have a huge amount of gains that we can obtain if that resistance breaks to the upside. The only exception really is $4 to 433. That's about an 8% gain or so, which is still really good, but compared to the other areas, it's not nearly as much. And same kind of thing at $7.25. We can get to about $7.48, so really not a big gain there. But everything else is pretty solid. I mean, 218 to 250 is really, really good. 325 to 4 is amazing. 540 to 6, also really good, over 10%. 6 to 680, over 10%. So each resistance point that we can break to the upside gives us potential for some really, really, really nice gains. Now, on the opposite side of that coin, our support levels are not looking as good at all. If we hit $2 and $2 breaks and we don't have support there, then you're looking at a falling off all the way down to about $1.70. So if $2 breaks, I definitely am going to lose interest in GALE, since I'm not trying to hold on to a stock falling all the way down there. Now, of course, there's a chance it bounces off 170, but that's still a long way to go. And if we do end up breaking $2 and trailing down to $1.70, this entire chart isn't going to be looking good anymore. Right now, it's looking really good. Let's take a look at some of the indicators. So the first thing I want to mention is that red line. That's our 200 simple moving average. And when that is below our candles, that means we're in a pretty nice uptrend. What's really interesting is you can see that this 200 moving average has been acting as trailing support. Look, we bounced off it here, we bounced off it here multiple times, bounced off it here multiple times, and we've just been bouncing off it here as support for quite a while. And now we're above it nicely. The next simple moving average being the 100 period, that's going to be this orange line. And you can see that at first that orange line was above our candles, so we didn't, we were kind of in a bit of a downtrend. It's interesting because we were above the 200 but below the 100. So we saw a convergence of all these moving averages, which signals that we are in a period of consolidation. And following right along with that convergence of the moving averages and that consolidation is indeed the fact that our candles were kind of stuck in this range between $2 and right around $2.20. So it looks like, GALE was trading right around $1.70. It was trading at, let me see here. Yeah, it was trading right around $1.70 for about a week or so. It was trading below that, but once it hit $1.70 for 5 trading days, exactly a week of trading, it was stuck right around $1.70. Once it had some really bullish signals, it broke up from 170 and just skyrocketed to $2. However, after hitting $2, like I said, it's been stuck in this channel between $2 and $2.18. It broke $2.80 over here, but these candles are all kind of ugly, and it couldn't hold 218. Ended up breaking back down below 218, bounced off $2, and yep, just kind of been floating between $2 and $2.18. So it's really interesting. We need to see what this thing's going to do, if it's going to keep channeling or what. So just to reiterate, if $2 breaks, the chart's going to be looking really ugly. And if $2.18 breaks to the upside, we can see a run all the way to 250 before testing 250 and running 325 and, you know, hitting all these resistance areas on the way up if it keeps going. So once again, I'm not saying it's going to run and, you know, get to $7 or even $5 or even $4 or even $3. But in the short term, if we can get to 218 and we can get to 250, that's some really nice gains. If you get an entrance at $2.18 and you sell right around 250, you made around 20%. And like I said, if 250 breaks, we can get to about 325 and then 4 for the relatively short term. This thing has some huge potential at each area of resistance to keep on running. So as we know in technical analysis, when you have periods of consolidation, they can do two things. One of two things. They can either break to the upside or break to the downside. So personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert at $2.18 and an alert at $2. If GALE hits $2 and breaks to the downside, I'm pretty much not going to watch it anymore. I mean, I'll set an alert for $2 if it breaks back up above there again. But if it starts breaking below 2 and really breaking down, the whole chart's going to look kind of ugly. So I don't think really there's not much to look at that point. But if it breaks 218, I'm going to get an alert, and I will consider, you know, playing it to 250. And if 250 breaks to the upside, I'll consider playing it 325, etc., etc., etc. So we do know that when we have periods of consolidation, we eventually break to the upside or the downside, and we just need to see which way GALE's going to break. Now, once again, looking at our indicators, it's looking more like it's going to break to the upside, honestly. We have the 10-period moving average, the 20-period moving average. Then we have the 50-period moving average almost crossing above the 100-period moving average. And if that 100 goes below the 200, we're going to be in the perfect order. We want to see the moving averages in the order from fast to slow. So being 10, 20, 50, 100, and then 200. And they are basically trying to form that pattern right now. Down here at the bottom is our MACD indicator. And this zero line right here, we want to be above that. And currently, both averages are above the zero line. We did have a bearish cross on the MACD, but it's still above the zero line. So that bearish cross is not signaling a big downtrend at all. And if you see where we went bearish, it really didn't even sell off at all. We just we rose up here, and then we just kind of channeled for a bit when we had that bearish cross. So this bearish cross is really not that bad at all. Overall, the chart's looking bullish. And I'm pretty excited because, like I said, I'm going to put an alert for 218. And if 218 breaks, this stock can see some really nice gains. So thank you very much, Arch Imagination 2002, for putting this on my radar. It's a really interesting looking stock to me. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed this analysis. You know, you requested this, so I hope I helped you out. And anyone else watching, I hope you enjoyed watching this. If anyone has any questions or feedback, please leave a comment below. And I will definitely take a look to see what you guys have to say. I will catch you in the next video, and you guys have a great one. Take care.